My wife wanted some end tables, and she liked this design I came up with, so that's what I'm building today. I took her along to the lumber yard with me for this one. She wanted highly contrasting wood and ended up picking aspen and Peruvian walnut. It's not a combination that woodworkers would probably choose, but I think that makes it interesting, so I didn't push back. Let's have some fun. Now, the design of this table is also ideal to show off the capabilities of this taper sled that Marc Spagnuolo and I have been working on for quite a while and are ready to launch today. If you look at this video that should be popping up in the top right, that's his launch video giving all the details. I'm just going to go through this build and show you some of the capabilities, but you should definitely check out his video if you're interested in this sled. So the nice thing about this sled is that it can be tightened and loosened with just one lever, which really speeds up the process. Now, in order to really show you everything that this sled is capable of, I designed the table to have not only tapered legs, but tapered inlays on the legs that can also be cut with the sled, and I'm laying those out here. Now, the sled does have a tendency to lift up just a little bit in the middle. For the vast majority of cuts, if you're making a through cut on a tapered leg, that's not any kind of big deal at all. However, if you want a consistent depth, partial cut like I'm doing right here for the inlays, that's more of a problem. So I put a washer in the space between the stationary and traveling portion of the sled in order to transfer that bow to the top section and keep the bottom flat. I also found that some of the inlays were better cut with the fence on the left-hand side of the saw, which also meant that I needed a stop on the opposite side of the sled, so I'm installing that here. And as promised, here is the Peruvian walnut for the dark contrasting wood. I'm cutting the wood for the inlays here. And I slice each one of these rectangular pieces on the long diagonal to maximize the wood, since this is roughly the shape of the inlays on the tapered legs. And from here I can glue in and fine-tune the inlays. So there it is, half the inlays done on one leg, but you can get a sense of what this is going to look like, and that's as far as I'm going to take it for today. I'll finish this project up in the next video. To wrap it up, there's just one thing I want to talk about on the sled itself. I think if I was going to start from scratch on the stops, I would do this kind of a thing where you have a movable stop on a dowel that can be placed anywhere, and the reason I'm doing that is because I can drill some holes a little bit further in so that even a workpiece that's shorter than the legs that I was working in this video can be positioned so that the outside two clamps still are able to clamp down on it, which I think is ideal and gives you a bit more flexibility. There's a bit of a trade-off having just one handle trying to get that force distribution right on all those clamping ends, and I just think this makes it easier. So that's all I have for you this time. Take care. Definitely check out Mark's video, and I'll catch you next time.